Hey, what the hell's going on, you guys? This is Play NegativeAE, and welcome back to another episode of Hollow Knight. We left off just right here. So I guess the best way to describe this place and kind of let you guys know what's going on is that this is kind of like an arena, or like a wave-based arena that I can enter and complete for some things. I don't want to spoil too much about what happens, but you'll see in this episode. It's not too long of an episode because I do get into some interesting stuff after this stuff. So I didn't want to kind of like delve into that and then have the episode be too long, you know, be like 30-40 minutes. But we are here. We're going to go down because the little bug tells us that this is an area with where he strongly advises you go before you fight. So I'm down here. I see this room over here. I don't know what it does right now, but it's a room. So I'm curious about that room. There's a bunch of sleeping warriors down here. I don't think they have the possibility of awaking, but there is a bench down here that you can rest and save your progress, which I enjoy. Then I'm just gonna go back up and go into the arena. This is very unique. It's a very unique area because I don't think I've seen anything like this before in this game so far. So it's kind of like it locks you in. You can't leave. You have to complete all of the levels of this challenge. And here's my progress in doing so. So the first enemy that they spawn is this shield dude with a sword. Now, at first I have trouble defeating him because I don't know his attack patterns. He seems to block a lot, and he uses his sword right after. And it looks like while he's attacking, he does not guard his head. So I'm thinking maybe that's the correct option, you know? But then he also lets me hit him right after the attack. Like he has like a second delay before he can like put his shield back up, you know, like that. So I had to find out when that is, but sometimes he attacks 3 times, so it's hard to see. So, next challenge, they're going to summon 2 of those same guys, which is very difficult for me to understand how I'm supposed to defeat stuff, because now I got to defeat each one of those perfectly, and I only have limited space to work with, because if I jump over one of them, I'm going to only jump over one of them, you know, and then I'm going to be stuck in between them, and that's not something that I want. That, and if they coordinate their attacks, they can attack me twice, so I'm trying to figure out how to kill. It makes it, I do want to kill like them one at a time, but sometimes they just get backed into the corner, like I'm kind of being backed into now. And then they do like that whole backup shit, which is like, oh wait, you're gonna attack us? Let's back up. So that was tough. And every time that I do this challenge, by the way, I'm speeding this up for video sake. This is where the guy spawns, by the way, so that's what this room is for. It's pretty interesting. So every time that I have to go back into this thing, they make you start from the very beginning. I'm just gonna cut past all that for video sake, but I just want you to know that every time that I restart this thing, I'm starting all the way back from the beginning. So this time I'm using my soul a little bit more. My soul is I think it's like a solid 2 damage, so it's a good ranged attack. And then they spawn these guys, which is like roly-poly guys, and it's rough because I was not expecting them to spawn, but I end up getting one of them down and I kill the other one, but I'm real low now, so now I have to defeat this guy without really doing anything. I'm hoping I do, but I don't, so I die again. So then I restart the whole thing again, and I go back. Here I am again. I've made it to this exact same point. Now this is pretty simple. First I fight 1, and then I jump onto that platform and I fight 2. But I did find a way that you could just jump up and hit, so you get an extra hit on one of them. And then also if they're together like that, they'll like bounce around together, which is really cool, because it stops them from running into you. there's that one. And now I got this one up here to handle. Again, it's just repetition with these guys. You just gotta keep doing the same thing. If you just don't move and you keep slicing your sword at the right time, they just come to you. If you try to move forward into them, they will not come to you. You just gotta kind of stand still, which is fine. I'm slowly learning. So, and then we got this next roly-poly dude. And he's gonna be the last one of this little area. All the shits are gonna go down. Then it spawns this guy. He's like a boomerang knight. I guess it's not a boomerang. It's more like Draven from League of Legends if you've played that. He throws little like swinging axes in the air. Relatively easy to defeat, but now there's 2 of them, which I don't know how I feel about, you know? I have to kill them both. Not too hard to kill, but again, 2 of them. So that happened. I got to make my way all the way back to those guys, so that's what's going to happen here. Now I'm back with these 2 guys. So this time I have a plan. I know they have a melee and I know they have a ranged attack. So now I just need to figure out how to defeat them based on those. I've taken way too much damage from the first guy right off the bat, so that was tough. I'm hoping just to kill immediately. That's what ended up happening. And now we got my worst fucking nightmare, guys. This is the worst enemy in the game. I've said that before about other enemies, but this enemy, gosh, I'm just terrible at fighting this enemy. This enemy's actually, like, I feel like it would be really balanced if I could, like, actually fight it correctly, but I always... And I know what I'm doing wrong, it's just hard for me to correct what I'm doing wrong. So I'm back here again. I'm trying to defeat them fast, but that's not always the best plan of action. So I always end up dying right there. So again, here I am again. This is like the 8th, 9th time that I've restarted this challenge, and you don't get anything for not finishing all the way. So I'm just kind of like getting nothing. Not Geo for this. I don't get anything for this. It's just only if you finish the thing. And then this happens. So there's spikes popping up out of the ground, and then they make you fight 2 more again, which I was having trouble with in the first place, with spikes below you. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And that was when I was just like, alright, no, I'm done. That was when I was like, you know what? Spikes are gonna pop up out of the ground. I think I'm done with that challenge. So now I'm just headed back the way I came. It was an interesting area though. I did not notice, I did not think that kind of area would exist in this game. But it's cool to have that. So like late game, I can just come back and kind of do that, you know. I feel like that's a good late game area to be. So I do notice this area to the left over here that I don't know if I noticed before. And now we have like this whole, there's like an elevator here. I don't know where we are. I try to see if maybe there's something up or down from where I am, but nothing. You can't really see anything, so it's just kind of like a blind leap of faith if you do end up jumping. It does look like I'm right above King Station right there, which is right above the people. I'm going to try to hop or wall climb up this wall. Maybe see if there's something way to the top up here. But there's not. So I'm just going to slide down. Oh, and something I noticed is that the sound for sliding down stops after a while. See how it's just silent? Like when you start sliding down the wall, it's like, but then after like a couple seconds of starting down the wall, it just stops making the noise, which is interesting. All right, so now I'm here at this elevator. I don't know where it goes, but I do see that this area over here is where I was before. It's where all the rich bugs are, you know, that I was fighting before that. He just ran off the ledge, so I know there's an elevator right there because he wouldn't have died otherwise. I'm kind of just exploring this area up here. I find this area super interesting because it's kind of like City of Tears, but it's like inside. And City of Tears has always been my favorite level you play. Although I really like Dung Defender, but his area was terrible. I fucking hated his area so bad. But we're here. I don't really know where I'm supposed to be going or where I'm like actually like meant to go. But we're kind of just exploring the places that we can go. And that's usually how Metroidvanias work for me. Is like I just go everywhere that I can't go until I find the only way that I'm able to go. You know. So as long as I'm able to go away, I'm gonna go that way. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of restrictions on where you have to go. Like it let me down into that dark area, even though it seems like it might be stronger than me. So the music kicked in here, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm fighting these guys, and then all of a sudden, I get the shit and I can't leave. So I have to fight these guys, which is rough because I need to heal, but there's no time to heal really. Got enemies fucking galore up here, and I died, so that's rough, but it happens. I'm back at the freaking arena, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, hit the like button, I really appreciate it. Also subscribe if you haven't done so already. There's lots of visual novel and roguelike content. I don't know where I'm going next. This game is very like open-ended as far as where you can go, where you cannot go. So I think I'm just gonna keep exploring what City of Tears that I can. I do want to go to that bench to the bottom left of the area that I'm currently in, because that's where my original goal was to be. So I want to go see what's over there, what that dome is by that bench, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I had to end. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next episode, whatever that may be, and peace out, you guys.